Hello everyone, welcome back to Glitz and Glitter. So today is giveaway day, y'all. So today is the last day of this month's molds from Into Resin. It's a tray mold and we are giving away this mold that's on the screen. So if you want to join the giveaway, go into the description box and click on the first link. There you'll just enter your email address. Make sure you confirm your email address so we know you're not a robot, and enter the giveaway. You can do no extras bonus entries, or you can do as many as you want. If you don't want to do the bonus entries, you don't have to, but you can if you want to. And then in 1 week from today, we'll pull the winner, and the winner will receive that mold from Into Resin coming directly from them. So you can join if you're international. Anywhere that can receive mail from Into Resin can join this giveaway because they are the ones shipping it. This is my last mold for the month, and it's a tray mold, and you're probably wondering why these ducks are in here. So funny how the timing worked out. I received an email from Gwen, and Gwen had a suggestion. She had seen my little coaster molds with my little rubber duckies in there, the Jeep version. And she may be new to the channel, I'm not sure, but she suggested and wanted to see me make a tray mold with the rubber duckies on a beach scene. And I'm like, that's so funny that that email came in because I have a tray mold left. I couldn't figure out what to do with it that would be different because I didn't want to do another bloom. We just did a bloom, and I didn't want to just pour a color because I don't do that. So her idea is going to come to life today. We're going to do a beach scene with waves, the whole shebang, but I'm not doing any alcohol inks. And the reason I'm not doing alcohol inks is because if I do them too light in the blues and somebody purchases it off eBay and puts it on a dark countertop, then you're going to wash out those blues. So I'm doing it in mica powders today. So this one is one of the grays that I got from Dawn, and this is going to be the beach. And this is the beige gray. And then I pulled these two Dianca pours. You guys must be loving her stuff because she is getting all kinds of orders from you. So thank you guys for supporting her small business. That is great news because I love supporting small businesses more than I do Amazon. So these two are the colors I'm going to use, Nebula and Siren Blue. So you got your dark blue and your light blue instead of the alcohol inks, and then your beach scene. But I want to add waves, so I'm like working upside down, wondering how can I do waves, and then realized I can do the UV resin waves that I do when I'm working upside down. So that's what we're going to do first. We're going to get the waves cured, and then I will mix up the rest. Now I did measure this with alcohol. It holds about 12 to 13 ounces. I didn't fill it to the top, so I'll probably mix like 14, make some leftovers or something. So she wanted these put on after the fact, not embedded into the little tray, which makes complete sense because they're not drowning little ducks. I don't know how many I'm going to put on. I'm not sure where they're going to go until it's completely done. But I think this way actually would be a better beach because you know how beach lines go that way. So I'm just going to use UV resin. So I've got the high viscosity that I use for the wave to ride on, so to speak, and then their new UV white resin that they just came out with. So instead of mixing my own white, I'm gonna try this one. So I'm just going to, I'll just do it instead of explaining it. Let's just do it. I'm going to put a line following this beach line of resin, maybe a double line, like that. Then I'm going to take the UV white and go right on this edge of it and take a straw and blow it out, and then we'll cure it. And when you're happy with it, which I'm pretty happy with it, I'm going to add a little bit more white right here on this edge since I blew it all the way out. that. And I'm gonna turn my light on. And we're gonna get that cured. So while this is curing, I'm gonna do a couple 5-minute sessions, one on this end and one on this end, but I need to get it in place before I just leave it. So I'll let that sit here for 5 minutes while I mix up some resin. Easy peasy waves, right? And the rest is basically just pouring it and hoping it doesn't combine too much, but I don't think it will. I'm going to use the normal epoxy resin, and we'll probably put the heat mat to it. I don't know if I can get away with fast cure on this. I'm wondering if I can. I don't know. I don't want to try. I probably could. I mean, this isn't too terrible. Well, it could be almost an inch deep. I better not. I'm going to use the regular epoxy resin.
Brushes in hand and the world is my stage.
I mixed up 14, but I didn't split it equally because of the way I did the wave line is close to the shore. So I only want the beach color in the crystal part. So I only did like 2.5 or 3 ounces maybe of this gray color, which looks like a sandy color to me, hopefully. I might need to lighten it up now that it's in the resin. Maybe not. And then I did a little bit more of the lighter blue. What did I do? Yeah, I'm gonna do a little more of the lighter blue than the darker blue. I don't think I need to lighten that up. I think that's pretty good. Nice neutral color. I'm gonna let that sit and see if I have anything unmixed. Well, let me think here. What do I have left? This one is supposed to be the lighter, and this one is supposed to be the darker, so let me not screw that up. I've done that in the past. Mixed the wrong color in the wrong cup. So this will be the lighter one, and this called Nebula. It's got a very, very shimmery shine to it. Nice good scoop in there. I hope it looks good with the crystals. Generally, the crystals look the best with alcohol ink, but like I said, I didn't want to be able to see through the tray depending on the surface it's going on. I want to see the blue colors. But you do get good results with mica powders in here. Even the only thing I don't like in a crystal edge is glitters, because you can't see the glitter anymore. So what's the point on using your glitter in something you can't see? That's good. We'll see. Let me let it sit for a minute. I didn't use the actual mixer part on this one because I put 14 ounces in here. I don't like to use the mixer head unless it's 12 ounces or under. It just kind of fills up the whole thing and gets the resin all over the bottom of that mixer. So let's just put in some of this blue. Get it mixed in really good. I don't see anything floating on the other two, so that's good. And this is going to be a one pour deal. I didn't pull out any shells or anything. I don't know if I'm going to do anything to it when I pull it out of the mold. I'm going to wait and see, because if I work upside down and I don't get them UV resined perfectly, then the colors will seep underneath them. So I'm just going to wait and see if I want anything three-dimensional. Since there's going to be ducks on it three-dimensional, I can put on shells or starfish or stuff like that after the fact. That looks good. I think I'm going to leave it the way it is. Not too bad. All right, let's get the bubbles out.
Glitz and glitter, lighting up the night. Painting dreams with a shimmer so bright. Rhinestones dancing, catching every eye. This is my moment, gonna touch the sky. Dipped in gold with a stroke of flare, diamond shine in the midnight.
I think I'm going to spray it a little bit around these crystals, and I want to get the beach in first. right here. I don't know how much it's gonna take. But, oops, I need to get this stick out so I could stop that flowing there. Oh my gosh, I almost spilled that. So let me get some light blue right here, just to stop that from flowing, and then get some dark blue around this edge to stop the light blue from flowing. Okay, back to the beach. Like, I hope it's not going to combine. Most of it won't. I'm sure some of it will. Like that. I want the light blue over the wave. Like that. Gosh, I hope this works. I don't practice my stuff, you guys. Basically, what you see is what you get. We learn together. Okay. Now I'll go back and fill. I'm pretty sure I'm going to need most of this resin. Well, no, not all of it, but I still got a ways to go to fill it though. I do want to take a little silicone stick and get all the way down to the silicone itself to blend that line. Otherwise, you're going to see that like straight line on there. You're not going to see this pattern, but you will see something on the other side. I'm not quite sure what, because I can't see it, but we're definitely going to get some kind of blending. Hopefully it'll be okay. So I'm just taking turns just to keep those colors separated until it's full. That's it. Put some more dark, which is almost gone. Let me get this all scraped out. That's good. Still got a little left to scrape out of there. We'll do this one. So this side is filling up faster than this side. So I don't know if it's the mold or, let me grab some popsicle sticks. Because this edge still has about 1/8 of an inch and this side's full. So that's strange. I just want to prop it up here by 2 sticks so we can get it full everywhere. Okay, that's better. Let's see, we're going to add a little more tan. And then the blue. I might actually be able to put all of it in here since I just fixed it. Let me grab my little blue spatula here. So it did hold the 14 because now it's level. So obviously it wasn't level when I was, you know, measuring it at the kitchen sink, but it definitely holds all of that. So I'm gonna have to use all of this as well just to fill it up. So 14 ounces to fill this. No extras today, guys. And I thought I did 2 extra. That's good. That one's done. Get all this off of here. And then we wait. That's it. Simple pour. just want to get it all out. And then we'll pop some bubbles and let it sit. We'll just spritz it with alcohol. So hopefully my line's back in the front. We will see the blending. I don't really want to blend that one because I really wanted it to stay in the crystal part. I'm hoping the waves are not behind the brown. It's actually beautifully filled. I could probably put actually another, at least 1 ounce in there. So I will have to grind down this whole edge because it's not domed. And this one could probably be domed. It looks like it's really, really good cut-wise for a handmade mold. So I don't know how they did it so beautiful, but they did. So that's it. Let's get to curing. Let's get to the comment of the day, and then we'll unmold and see what we can do to make it more beautiful. Well, it's finished. Gwen, I hope this is what you had in mind. It probably isn't, but we're gonna all see together what it looks like. So let's get this unmolded. I can't believe I don't have any extras. Okay, guys, isn't that a gorgeous mold? I love it. All right, are you ready? Gosh, I hope the wave turned out okay. I'm afraid to turn it over. This does need a little trimming, so I will use the sander and the grinder over there. Oh my gosh, that looks good. The sand pretty much stayed where, and it's okay that it's underneath there because the waves do crash. What do you think? I like it. I really do. At least I don't have to back it in white this time. You'll always see those colors. So she's saying to put the little rubber duckies, although they're a little out of like the correct size for a piece like this, but we might put them, I don't know if I want, usually things in odd numbers look better, but I don't think in this case. Maybe we'll do a couple. Let me mess around with this for a little bit. This is cured. Just wondering if I want to put any seashells or starfish, or if I want to put a thin layer. The only thing I'm worried about with the thin layer is right here, it might drip over the edge. But if I put a thin layer on there, then I can adhere everything into it. I don't think I'm going to adhere these in there. Just in case the person who purchases this doesn't want them, I will glue these to the top. Or just include them. I won't even glue them. I'll include them with the package because not everybody's going to want a rubber ducky in their beach scene. But I will include them since that's what the video was about. But I'm thinking it would have to be really, really thin because I'm worried about this edge, although I can build it up kind of here. I think that's the only spot it might drip over. Let me see if I can build it up. I'll mix a couple ounces of tabletop resin, and let me see if if I want any seashells or anything in here. So let me check and see what I want to do first. So I pulled out a whole bunch of stuff. I've got some sand, I've got some shells, I've got some iridescent shells, and I am putting some of my shark teeth stash into this piece for whoever buys it. So I pulled out 2 small shark's teeth, really good condition ones, and they're gonna go in there as well. But I wanted to put some sand at the base here, and that might hold the resin in where I'm thinking it might leak out. I did mix up food grade resin for this one by Craftor, just in case whoever purchases it wants to use it as a food tray, cheese, crackers, whatever, then they shouldn't have any problems with that. So I'm going to hopefully not make too big of a mess here. Let me think. Let me get a little smaller stick. And I don't put tabletop resin through the vacuum chamber because it is much too thick. And if you're using tabletop, that means you're pouring it really, really thin. So you shouldn't need to, because you can get them out with a torch or a lighter or whatever. So I probably have too much, and I'm just going to make it like this small little wall of sand. I don't want to cover my wave or anything. I'm just going to make it more beachy. And then I'll place the little shells in that after I pour the clear. So I'll probably have leftovers now. I'm just kind of not making a straight line. I'm the best that I can when you don't want to do something. Usually you can't get it right. Then I'm going to cover this little line of UV resin that ended up going up there. So we're just going to taper it off right there. So pouring, let me just taper it off over here too. A gentle taper. What do you think? So I have extra sand. I think I will pour the clear in and then place all my little pieces. I don't know how many I'm going to do. I mixed up 100 milliliters, which now I think is way too much, because we only want the smallest little layer here. I still want it to be a tray. I don't want it to be a giant coaster. So I just, oh boy, I'm gonna have a lot left over. I can never tell how much it's gonna take to coat something like this. Just gonna let it run right into here, and that'll stop it from running over the edge. Hopefully it won't run over the edge right there. Now if it starts separating from itself, that means you're going to need more resin anyway. You don't want to stretch it too thin, otherwise it will separate from itself.
What you working on?
A beach.
A beach?
You like?
Where's the fish?
Well, I don't have fish, but I have ducks.
I don't see no
Somebody
ducks.
requested ducks in a beach themed tray. There's the ducks.
Very peculiar.
That's all you have to say? You came in here just to look at all that extra. Oh boy, lots of extras.
Yep, I just came in here to bug you.
I didn't have any extras on the tray, and now I have a million for this. So that's how you get rid of the bubbles. You don't need to put it through a vacuum chamber. All right, let's set some shells. So here's the 2 shark's teeth I'm going to give from my little stash that I received. I have a whole jar full from friends and neighbors, and these 2 were about the right size for something like this. So I'm going to put these front and center so they don't get lost. Just like that. So pretend this is like Venice Beach in Florida, because that's where you're going to find most of your shark's teeth, in that area. So since I live right here and I made it, it is from Venice Beach. And I'm just going to put a couple little seashells in there with it. And then how about, I don't know, a little blue one? I tried to find the tiniest little chips that I have. And then I wanted a starfish, but I want a really small starfish, but I don't know if I have a really small starfish. Let me see. I do, I have a small one. But it's got a broken leg, so I'm going to shove the broken leg up under the sand. so you don't see it. Like that. And put some seashells around these. Come on, I want the whole side down. And these will adhere in there with the resin without any problems. I don't know, I'm just kind of randomly placing things. I don't really have a plan. But I do want a little bit of color. Let's do a couple other shells around that shell. That's hiding that. Okay, let's do a little patch over here. And like I said, with the ducks, not everybody would want ducks in their beach, so I will leave those off to the side. And if you want the original plan, you can always put them in, glue them on, or whatever you want to do with them. But I will show you the final photos with the ducks because that's why we're making this. Tried to find really small seashells here, so it's not like out of perspective, if that's the right choice of words. And I'm gonna keep going back with the torch because bubbles will keep rising for a few minutes. And I can see them popping. You probably can't, but I can. So that looks good. What do I want? Do I want any more? I have one more sitting here. Oops, it's not where I want it. You could like float your ducks out here in the deep ocean if you wanted to. Maybe a pearl. Should we put a pearl in? A pearl right by those teeth. You get all kinds of treasures that day. Maybe one more. Over here. What do you think? Is that enough? Less is more, right? Okay, so before this gets really hot, because it's deep, I'm going to do something, put it in another container before it starts curing on me, and figure out what I can pour that in. It's got to be something shallow because of the depth of it. So let me figure out what mold I'm going to put it in. I pulled out my little tiny flowers because I can use the extras for magnets. And I did half in Parfait and half in Jessica Rabbit. So these are the two colors that I've mixed. I think I'm going to combine them in a cup. Well, I'm going to try it anyway. I'm going to kind of dirty pour it. A little bit of that. A little bit of that. 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 And these are making a mess. And I think I'm just going to spritz these. Let's try the big ones first. Hopefully we get both colors. We may not. Whoop. Yeah, we should. That one did anyway. And if it works pretty good, I'll do the rest of them like this. And I think it will work pretty good. So that was enough for these three, except I need to scrape and then I'll redo that. But I'm trying to use this quickly because if you have tabletop resin mixed up like that, you've got to work fast. That's why it's for tabletops, it sets up quickly for you. Let me torch these. These will probably have a lot of bubbles in them, but it is what it is. There's nothing I could do about it. Can't put it through the vacuum chamber. So I'm just gonna do the same exact thing. Pour them one on top of each other. Red and pink. I'm just gonna do all of it now. Red and pink. And they are two mica powders, so they can merge together and make a whole new color. Don's been pretty good at getting them to stay separated in his marbling lately. I'll just scrape these and get some butterflies out of them. But they do kind of combine more than a pigment paste and a mica powder would together. Okay. So I just poured it thick again, so we need to, I'm gonna need other molds, I'm sure, because these are really small. Some of them will not have marbling, it looks like. Some of them will just be pink. Okay, here comes the marbling now. Come on. Spritz as I go. Some of these are so tiny. Get back in there. I will scrape the tops before I'm done, so I don't have all that trimming to do. Whoops, too much. Hopefully it stays like this. It has some nice veining in it. Hopefully I don't need any more clear now that I'm thinking of it. I didn't even look at that beach scene. Usually I'll make sure like everything's good with my clear before I add color. Didn't even think about it today. All right, so I'm just gonna top a couple of these off. Well, let me get this out first. Some of them are not needing anything, like this one is way over poured. That one's way over poured. That's a little one though. This one's over poured. I probably have enough in my napkin to make a whole nother flower. Okay, I'm going to spritz them and then add a drop where I need them. Hopefully I won't go over this time, now that I just cleaned them all up. If you can dome them really good, then you don't have any trimming to do. That's what I'm trying to do on these, because these are really hard to hold. They're too small to hold for that sander. So I'd have to use the old-fashioned way, a nail file. Old-fashioned from like 2 weeks ago. It's what I always did. But now that I don't have to do that, I don't want to do that. That one. That one. And these two. I'll have to find something for this little bit, or I could put it in that conch tray I've been working on. But I am running a little bit low. I've been giving a lot of my things away lately with orders, and I do have to replenish it. So let me find another mold. I'm just gonna replenish my trusted little friends here. The rest of this mica just blended all together. So these are just going to be a maroonish pink color. And that's it. I'll have enough to do some butterflies, but you don't need to watch me pour little tiny butterflies. I just want to top these up so I don't have to trim them. And that's it. You guys ended up with extras today. Okay, let me spritz them all, pop everything, and now we cure. Well, my friends, everything is done. I did unmold it all because they're not very exciting. I mean, the larger ones barely marbled. I did take this chrome rose gold marker and highlighted the centers, and I'm gonna just put magnets on the back. So I just gave them a little bit of pizzazz because the marbling didn't really work that great. It basically, like I said, just made a whole new color. And that's pretty much the new color. I mean, some of them are marbled. They're not horrible, but they're not marbled. I did make some butterflies I took out. So these ones are the dark ones, and then these ones are the light ones. And I did make a couple of these little flowers. So these are the little flowers in their brand new color. And then for the sand, which I didn't realize I had left over, remember this the other day? I poured it and I didn't have enough to fill it up, or no, it spilled out. So I just put the sand on the bottom of it. And you really can't even tell that there's sand by looking at the top of him. So he's pretty cool. I did grind him down. He was a little over poured. But this is the main attraction. What do you think? Let me try to get this off my board. I do need to fix these edges. Now that I'm holding it, I feel them, but everything looks good. Everything's in there. There's the two shark's teeth right there. And the seashells. And then here's the little duckies who can be swimming in the pond. I hope, Gwen, this is what you had in mind. I mean, I guess it could be well, it's a beach, it's not a pond. You can just put them wherever you want them. So I will include the 3 ducks with the purchase of the tray. So I'll get you guys some pictures. I hope you like it. Make sure you enter that giveaway if you want to win that water ripple mold. It is, I think, 9¼ inches in diameter is the one that I chose for you, or 9½ inches. I'm not sure. Not inches, centimeters. 9½ centimeters. Don't misquote me, or I'm misquoting myself, whatever it is. I did do a tutorial on that last month, so I got that one last month. So I will pick one out for the next month. And oh, it's already picked for next month, so you'll know that in the first video that I did for these, and you will see it again on the next giveaway. So that is it, you guys. I will see you tomorrow. I hope you all have a blessed day. Stick around for those photos, and see you then. Bye, everyone.
Glitz and glitter paint her way. She lights up hearts come what may. With a brush of faith she starts. Jesus whispers through her art. Patience blooms in every hue. Her love for viewers shines so true. Shimmer sparkles in her eyes. A radiant soul under bright skies. Glitz and glitter, Michelle, a story. Her colors tell faith and love in every part. Jesus guides her shining heart. Ooh, 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 ooh. Canvas dreams and sparkly streams. Her laughter flows like sunlit beams. With each stroke her spirit sings, a masterpiece of golden wings. She sprinkles joy like morning dew, in every shade a promise new. heart we see his face. Glitz and glitter, Michelle's story. Her colors tell faith and love in every part. Jesus guides her shining